Hello everybody, my name's Ardendress, and welcome back to Naruto ShinobiCraft. Last time we decided to slow things down a little bit and actually do a little bit of work here in the village, so we've now set up the kitchen and we have a chef around here somewheres. But right now, basically all they're doing is making bread. Like, we have some potatoes going, so they should be baking some potatoes, but not a whole lot of them. How come every time I looked around here, everyone was super happy and we kept getting the hearts, but the second I pay any attention to the village, everyone is sad now? What has happened? But yeah, just slight little bits. We started building gates. Oh, hello there, Tinker. Still no idea what you do. Like, you turn a barrack into a barrack, or an anvil into an anvil. Like, does this make them better in some way? Maybe I should look up the guide on how tinkers work, because right now it doesn't really seem that useful. I'm gonna close this gate for now. But, yeah. We have the kitchen going now, and we started the mines. These two shafts finished up just as I was ending off last time. Or ended off just finished off after I finished last time, so I've moved them down to this row, and I have a couple more set up. And eventually this is going down to Y, and we're to like 16, and we're going to get to diamonds and whatnot, hopefully. But between episodes, I have set up a little bridge to get across here, and another gate on here, so that the literally just built this, and it's instantly getting destroyed by AHZNB users, because of course it is. The Academy Monsters add-on is really cool. I'm glad it exists, but I really wish I could figure out how to actually lower the frequency, because we do not have enough energy production to power the anti-power things across the city. That would not go well. We would just not be able to maintain it without like 100 windmills. But yeah, between episodes, basically just built the bridge, went over here, and did this. And I also took a quick trip to the Nether to go mine a bunch of Nether emeralds, so now we can do a couple more village things, and we're probably going to be doing that today. We're probably going to start with a tavern, just because everyone's unhappy, so giving them something to make them a bit happier is probably a good idea. Also, I'm going to pull up the wiki again in a moment for Techtopia, so that we can see how tinkers work, because apparently there's something going on there. But also between episodes, Odyssey Slime noticed something important that I completely missed. So if we look at the adamantite ceiling chains, it is currently at 289 out of 625. Let's grab an XP scroll. Also, I caught an extra Itachi as well. 289. 339. Yeah, that's a pretty important thing to know. The the XP scrolls are apparently Jutsu experience. I had assumed it meant ninja experience, but it didn't affect Chakra, so I thought it was only going to work for, like, Team Shinobis. But nope. Are you kidding me? I'm gonna have to change this whole design because they can't figure out move one block to the left. Are you kidding me? Wow, these villagers are kinda silly. Fine. Fine. I don't get the cool little support pillars. Fine. You're goofballs. You're all goofballs. I have to... Wow. If you ever thought that regular villagers had weird pathfinding issues, this is another thing entirely. So yeah, I guess we now have a use for all of these. I want to say you can do something with the shinobis with them, though, so I don't want to waste all of them. But theoretically, we could now instantly max out the adamantite chain. I think it would just need 6 of them. Like, we're just about 300 shy. I'd probably do 5 and just do the rest by hand, because otherwise we'd be wasting a bit of the experience. But that's really good to know. We'll keep that in mind, and I guess it's a good idea to just keep beating up whatever mobs we can find. Because I know all the Kabuto bosses drop at least one, and some of the stronger Kabuto mobs. I don't remember if they changed it so that, like, Zabuza and Haku are going to drop them too, but they could, and we know we can beat them pretty much no problem. So, I guess we got some targets to hunt as well. But, let's continue on with Techtopia for at least a little bit longer, shall we? So, we're going to take all the emeralds we made, or all the emeralds we mined, and some of them we traded last time. I'm going to buy the... Well, I know I need a bard. I mean, a cleric would be very nice. I think there's some injured villagers. Oh, wait, no, I can just heal them. I'm a medical ninja. I keep forgetting that. Where is the... Well, the library would be good. The merchant stall would be good. Tavern, there it is. There's this. And I need to remember how this thing needs set up. I want to say there was an empty house as well that we could set up, that we could steal for it. I mean, we could use that one, although I think the tavern's pretty large. This one's the same design, so it's just the same size. That's the storehouse. I think I'm gonna need to build something finally. Like, none of the houses are really large enough to just be used for it. Like, I probably could have put the kitchen in something else. And in one of the other houses. The kitchen doesn't need to be quite that large. And I mean, technically speaking, I could just switch them over. Like, I could just take the... In fact, I could just move everything in here over to this house instead, and it would pretty much fulfill the same purpose and be just fine. That's probably what I'm going to do. This is going to become the tavern in a moment, so let me pull up how it works. And while I'm at it, I'm going to go pull up the tinker as well. Okay, so a couple things. One, I don't think this house is... I don't even think this building is going to be big enough for the, Nope, that's not what I wanted to look at. I don't think this house is even going to be big enough for the tavern, because it needs a bunch of chairs and enough space for villagers to actually walk around and sit in them. And then it needs technically you don't need this part, but if you put a note block down and get the bard, they'll specifically go to wherever you put it. So we're going to need a lot of space. I think we have like 20, 25 villagers, so I don't know. That's going to be a lot of chairs, and we don't have the space for all of them in there. But also, apparently the Tinker is not base game Techtopia. Like, when I had set up the mod pack, I had added a couple of Techtopia add-ons, and one of them was Techtopia Tinker. I think I didn't actually read what it does. I knew I had added in Tinker's contract and figured, oh, that might be some sort of compatibility mod and add stuff from Tinker's construct into Techtopia. But nope, in fact, it adds in the Tinkerer. The person who keeps appearing. And basically, that person just lets you steal the item frames from a different village and use them in your own. So I could go out and steal a whole bunch of the home tokens from a different village and just spend an emerald instead of buying a whole bunch of new ones. So that's good to know. Let me actually, like, plan this out. Doesn't matter what wood, cool. And sticks are no problem. So, that's the wrong button. If I were to go like this, and like this, let's just turn that like that. That's nowhere near enough sticks. Right now, that's 9. 1, 2. I mean, I think I need to also give them space on the walls. Yeah, this place is just not going to be big enough. We need to do an actual building, that's going to be the first one on the series. Actually, my first one in a while. Like, we did a half-finished, like, factory when we were doing Tensura, but that's the only building I've done in probably 8 months or something like that. I think it's been a long time. I still hate these things. I've turned everything to grass to try and get rid of them. It just doesn't matter. Do I, like, fill in part of this little pond and put it in the corner, maybe? Sure. Although I'm gonna need to do some extra terraforming here. I don't know. I did not plan anything out with this village, obviously. It just sort of happened. Still no idea how you're spawning there. Like, I was thinking maybe it's the fact that some of this grass is on top of sand, but no, this grass is like 5 blocks deep because this is what was made with magic. I don't know. I don't like those ant salvagers. I kind of want to just turn them off. But let's see. Are any of these houses like nothing? Okay, this one is. Um, let's just try and plan this out a bit more. I think I could do like that. Put it on the other side as well, so that's going to be 8 chairs. That's going to let a big chunk of the villagers come in here at once. And then I guess I could just expand this wall out. Hmm. I mean, if I duplicate it, that would be 16 chairs. If I put like 2 tables in here. Yeah, I think that's just going to be the easiest way to do it. Steal this spot and kind of like adjust this house instead of building. And although I do kind of want to build, I'm just not set up for it. I should probably just tear this thing down and adjust it how I want. That's probably going to be the best way to do it. So time to get working, I guess. Although I do eventually want to change everything from sandstone because things just keep spawning on these roofs, and it's also just annoying me. Why did the village I had to find have to be in the desert? This just makes it extra annoying because that's my least favorite biome for Grimoire of Gaia. You can go away. Still have the tavern thing. You can go in there for now. So let's just partially destroy it for now so that we can get a feel for how big we need to make it. That should do, and I should probably make an extra. The rest of the chairs I'm going to need while I'm at it. So if I just go like this, still wrong thing. Just make that into sticks, and from there's going to be 3 more. Dot and dot. So let's say I made. How would I want to do this? I mean, I could make it one really long table here, have a space to walk around, go like that. That's gonna be 7, 14 if I put another set on the other side of like a little table here. And then put another one over here with a 3-block gap in the middle, I guess. Yeah. Does this actually have tables? No, we have to build those by hand. That's fine. So I guess just grab like a couple of fence posts, or grab a line of fence posts to like try and like. I don't know. I put no forethought into this. I'm just sort of winging it. So if I just grab like a bunch of slabs in here, that will do for now. So the house is all the way up here. Villagers can reach this corner, no problem. So let's say that's the table. It looks awful, but it's just temporary. It's going to get fixed. Another line of seats here. Then 3-block gap. Seats. Table. I'm just using random blocks at this point. That. And then basically this would be the back wall. Although I have set this up wrong because I forgot to give it the extra block. I made it 2 in between. So basically push everything else 1 block this way. I'm in builder mode right now. I always end up like tearing stuff up and putting it back down and whatnot. But that will be 28 chairs, which is probably more than we have villagers. So it will give us some room to expand as well. And then worst case scenario, whenever we're better set up, just build another tavern at some point. So I think that's a good starting point. We know how big we need to make it. Time to just build it. And you know what? I'm just going to tear this whole thing up, and we're going to build it from scratch, I guess. And we're going to build it out of probably oak wood, because that's what we got. Although I could go block hunting. I know there's a Thaumcraft forest somewhere nearby. Oh, those great oak logs are just very nice. I mean, if for no other reason, Nomcraft gets put into packs because of that biome, even if I don't plan on doing it. So we'll probably start that at some point soon. It is just like an extra power set that could be handy in a couple ways. So I'm just going to finish tearing this up, and in fact I can fly. That makes this so much easier. Why am I not doing it? Although it does slow me down somewhat with breaking blocks. And we have invisible blocks because they suck. Like, I'm glad that issue is more or less solved in other versions, but it's annoying when you're playing 1.12.2 and then you just keep doing animations because you get stuck in things that aren't there. Grab the logs and we'll use these for planning stuff out. I'm also going to need to grab some dirt and whatnot for terraforming. And you've already forgotten. Like, there it is. It needs to be at least 9 blocks long. And in fact, I could expand the chair stuff by 1 block. So it would be guaranteed at least 10 blocks long in the building. And from there, we'll actually end up with 40 seats. Or 36 seats. 32 seats. I'm mathing wrong right now. That's probably going to be better. Building an even is always nicer than building an odd anyways. So it needs to be at the least, that has to be the farthest out point. And in fact, since I'm building it from scratch, I'll probably give it an extra block on all sides for the really? Where is it? There it is. Yeah. So I'll probably give it 2 blocks, build it 12 by 12, I guess. 1, 8, 9. Yeah. 1 block, 8 blocks, 1, 9, 10 blocks, add 1 more in this direction, 1 more in that direction. So yeah, I'll make it 12 blocks interior by 3, 6, 9. That's going to be 11 or 13, isn't it? It's going to be 12 by 13. That's an odd dimension. But I don't really know how to fix that. I mean, I could make it a 4 block gap in the middle as well. Make it 4 by 14, 12 by 14, or 14 by 16, more accurately if counting the walls. Okay, it's probably going to be 14 by 16. I think that's going to be our dimensions we're working with, so I'm going to get to work on it, I guess. Or, I need to grab some dirt. I need to grab some dirt for terraforming. I need to start dumping stuff and go get building materials. So I'll see you in just one moment as I'm starting to plan things. Okay, so I have the dimensions already planned out. I just came out to see what we were going to use for materials. Because I saw these trees on the map and was like, are those cherry blossoms? I don't remember those being there. They were definitely there the whole time, and I kind of want to just come grab some even if we don't use them. But I was jumped by a I hate that so much. Like, that's actually awful. But I was jumped by a sound ninja and a Kimimaro while I was over here going to go gather some cherry blossom trees. So that's a bit rough. I'm not even prepared for a fight right now. I have nothing on me. You all can go there. Grab the hat for Rasen Shuriken. Rasengan's not helpful in this fight, but grab it just in case. Where's my lightning chakra release? There it is. Okay, so lightning chakra mode. I should grab out this sword as well. There we go. Because I think this sword can even bypass resistance to a degree, so it could be helpful. So where's the Kimimaro? There you are. Oh, there's a missing Nin as well. I missed entirely. Oh. Well, the extra summon, the other extra ones are dead. Hey, Kimimaro. Oh. We just beat him legitimately that time. Like, we took some damage in the process. Oh wait, no, that's not health up. That's just our max health that went up from beating him? Okay, that's kind of cool. Well, we finally beat a Kimimaro. I wasn't even prepared for that. I'm just out here going to gather wood. what do we got? We got that. And as I saw, yeah, those are awards. That's an S-class scroll, isn't it? Hold on, what is this? Oh, it's just a Kirin? I got excited thinking it was something super cool, but we already have plenty Kirins. So, not that exciting, but hey, we have finally beat Kimimaro. Anyways, I'm going to gather some... Oh, hey, Naruto. I'm gonna grab some of those, and then I think there's there's one of the giant trees right there, so I'll gather some great wood, too. I should make a lumber axe. That would make this so much easier. And I wanted to and then completely forgot. Cherry logs. Drop some saplings, would you? And then I can just take them home and use bone meal. Ah, explosive ninja. Oh wait, no, that was just rude. Go away. But yeah, I'm just going to gather a couple of these because the logs themselves are very pretty. What do they look like as planks? Why is planks not the first option? You can make them chopped logs for you. There's strip log. Oh, it's not the like very, very pretty pink of a cherry blossom usually, but it's also not overstated, so that's probably a pretty good choice. I know there's also the bamboo. Hello there. I forgot. Shinjufu bamboo is actually really important and pretty rare, so grab that as well. I'm just rambling about trees right now. Oh my goodness. This is what happens when I enter builder mode. It's been a while. But I'm just going to gather a couple samples of a different couple trees, and then we're going to decide from there. I'll just be here for a little bit. I stopped tree harvesting for just a moment to come make an axe. Basically, most of it's being made out of steel because it's good but not too expensive. Paper tough binding as usual, and a cobalt head because we had enough for it, and cobalt's, I think, the fastest material? I could be wrong on that one. I don't remember. That's what I kind of remember looking at from the book. I want to say it was, but it could just be wrong. But basically, I don't care too much about this one. It just needed a decent amount of durability and to be decently good for cutting down trees. But I'm going to sleep through the night and go continue on my tree gathering expedition. So far, I just have a little bit of spruce and those cherry blossoms you saw before. Okay, so I have a whole bunch of blocks. I actually built a second backpack for There's another Itachi. Sadly, this is one of these special ones, so it's going to cause some problems when we fight it, but it joins the backpack. I have so many opponents to fight at this point. It's kind of getting out of hand. But how are we actually going to build this structure? I've spent... It's probably been like 20 minutes. I'm just trying to... Whenever I enter build mode, I just go silent. And it becomes hard to actually commentate, so I end up just in my own thoughts for a while. But I'm probably going to lift this up by a block and add like an actual staircase in. You just spawned an ant somewheres, whatever. Where's my dirt? I know I grabbed some. There it is. Just for that, and I'll change out the rest of the sand in a little bit. Midway point, I think this should work, even if it's... Do I want to make like a stone foundation? I mean, I do like incorporating some sort of stone into my buildings, but I don't know. Also, there's the whole thing of grabbing out a chisel, because that's also an option. Yeah, we are now in choice overload, and the choice here kind of defines any other builds I actually do for the village. So if I was going to do this... Oh yes, this is the way that re-chiseled works. You can kind of see how things are going to work in like their entirety. So if I were to do like this, connecting texture on or off, like this one has to be connected texture. This one can do on or off, but it doesn't change anything. This one can go one or the other. That's kind of cool design-wise on the side there as like a baseline thing. Zigzags are kind of rough to work with. I'm probably going to do connected texture on, and I usually end up with either dent or something like that, or tiles. something where you can sort of see that like clear border, like this is a solid object and it's just one connected piece. That's typically how I would do a foundation block. You know what? I think I kind of like the cobblestone pillar. And I'm not going to use it as a pillar. I'm going to use it as like a baseline for the foundation. Because I do actually kind of like the look of it. So that's going to go here. And apparently this one has to very specifically be built like that. Cool. Good to know. If I go like this, I don't actually have to worry about it. It's just right click, right click. There we go. And then the corners are going to be some sort of pillar block, because that's also just sort of how I do things. I mean, that's also kind of cool in its own right, but I don't think it works like how I want it to. And then, actually, by the time we're done with this, I'm probably going to hate this pillar block and want to change it out, because that is also pretty common when I'm building things. I also don't want to do... Dang it! Why did I do that? I never made the excavator shovel either. That would have made this faster, but nope, not rocking that around. It took me until just now to build the axe to make the axe for getting a bunch of wood. Words are hard. I am not in commentator mode. I am in build mode. Build mode me does not know how to commentate very well. Not that normal me is very good at it anyways. But fix this mess. Now, need to build more of, need to get more of the cobble we're working with. What does that non-connected look like? Oh, it doesn't change at all. Cool. Good to know. So that. I'll either love it or I'll hate it. I can tell you that much. Depends on what we build everything else out of. Come on, sleep. I should probably move the bed over there to make it a bit faster, but oh well. So what are we using for those pillar blocks? I mean, greatwood logs are always a favorite. Although using them for their planks is also a good choice. Although, like a dark like that, I don't think I really want for the walls of all the houses, and I don't think I want it for the flooring in this place either. So I might have grabbed all that greatwood logs, and we're probably not going to use them, or they're going to be the pillars. I guess they can be the pillar blocks. That looks kind of nice together. It's going to depend on the walling. Oh, this is the ewing and ahhing point, but that always obligatorily happens when I'm building. That's probably also tall enough. 5 blocks gives us a lot of headspace and it's going to give us enough room to decide on what we want with the wall for the roofing. Although going 4 blocks also could work. I don't know. Roof was something I did not consider at all before I started building or before I started planning stuff out. So there's that. I don't think that I don't think these can be used in the chisel, right? No, didn't think so. I'm gonna assume the same is also true for the cherry and the, where is the cherry? There it is, cherry planks. I'm gonna assume you also can't be chiseled, yeah? Although I do like the plank color on the cherries a lot. That's probably going to be the flooring. The Acer, I don't know, it's like acacia where it's pretty hard to use. Spruce is a little bit darker than I wanted, so are we going to end up with a chiseled oak for the walls and then the cherry for the flooring, I think is how this is going to go? I think that's how I'm picturing this. Just do this to start so that I can get a feel for it. Yeah, it's a very, very light pink to the point where it's basically just a tan, but I do like the coloring on that. I'm also going to want something that pops when I'm doing the table, so it's probably going to be some sort of stone. Maybe andesite slabs? Or It's not going to be granite, maybe diorite. The white of the diorite could pop pretty well. There's a bunch of options. Like, it's way too many options, kind of. But so far, I think this is what I'm liking. I'm liking it so far, I think. So I'll see you once the flooring's finished, and then we'll just, or I guess we just decide on our wall block now. Why pop away and just, yep. So, probably going to be chiseled oak. That's almost sure, I think. I don't think I have another block I want to use. I want something a bit lighter. Spruce is a little bit darker than I want for this. Zigzags are hard to use. That lattice work is nice, but not really wall texture. I mean, just like those big old bricks could be fun. Something with a little bit of depth to it. Those tiles kind of not rough. That's like a flooring. That's like a flooring. Checkers, no. No, those are like pillar blocks. I wouldn't use those for like a full thing. We're probably going with one of the bricks. Probably not that brick. It's kind of interesting, but kind of a lot to look at. Are we going for brick or just plain wall? In fact, I think I kind of like just the plain texture. Did that just crash the game? It crashed the game placing that block. Cool. Okay, we're back. Had to remove rechiseled, and since it happened once, I figured there's probably a decent chance it will happen again. So rechiseled has been replaced with regular chiseled. Regular chisel, not chiseled, blah. So, need to remake this, and time to redecide on stuff. So, since apparently we have to go with something other than what we had originally planned, that pillar doesn't look as good for what we want. I don't know. I had the ideas, and I had the ideas set with using that other pillar because it looked interesting, but what do we replace it with? This is old reliable. The other one is probably cooler and has more options, and they're much cooler in the UI and whatnot. This one, I know works. Like, I've tried every single one of these blocks before, never had a crash with it. So, I think road has a connected texture, right? Not on the side. Which of these? Well, that didn't have a connected texture at all. Do any of these have connected textures? I think at least some of them, right? Like indent. Indent I know for a fact does. Which is why it almost always ends up being the, the foundation for any building I build while having this chiseled mod in. So, yeah, old reliable it is. I probably could have given rechiseled another shot there, but it was like crashing every time I loaded the world because of that one block being placed, so a little bit risky to keep it in. So there's that, and yeah, that deleted my entire block of, my entire stack of oak wood there, didn't it? What are we going to do instead? I mean, we can still just go for the panels, but these panels don't yeah, these panels don't connect in the same way. Oh, no. I think I did like the idea of those, like, flat blocks there, though. I wish these ones connected. Let's look at oak. What just pops up when we look this up? I mean, we could go oak pillars. Those are basically flat, but not entirely. Not exactly the same feel. Yeah, there's no, like, flat panel since the other one's apparently broken. So, I don't know. I guess I'll look through and decide on one real quick. Either that or I re-add in rechiseled and try again with one of them in there, because none of these are jumping out as much as the ones from the other chiseled mod. I don't know. It's a little bit sad that that broke like that, but I'll make a decision one way or the other. I love it when a build starts to come together. Like, I kind of like it. Like, this is the Acer door. I forgot I had dramatic doors in, so it works. Yes. Acer log, it spawns in the like where temp base is, that Kaede biome. I really like the coloring and the design on that door. That's kind of cool. There's a cherry blossom one too, but I don't have enough for it right now. But it does have those nice windows, so that could have also been good. Although using a different material for the door, give it a little bit of pop's good too. I'm gonna have these be outside doors actually, so you get that little stone step inside, and then obviously we're gonna do a staircase here. I like a little one. But this is the oak planks we're going to go with. I do like the design of them. They work for like nice big bricks, like slanted. Although obviously I've got a whole lot more to put in. But that's what it's going to be. And this corner right here was messing with me a little bit. I tried making these andesite panels, thinking maybe I'd just put those on the outside of the stone brick and they'd give a little bit more dimension to it. But they're literally a single pixel wide. They're as small as they can be. In fact, we have chisel and bits, which I'm going to probably use to try and fix it up a bit. That's smaller than the smallest size in chisel and bits, I'm fairly certain. Like, that's half the size of a chisel and bit single bit, which is kind of impressive. They're cool looking, but they're literally just there for a tiny little facade. We're probably not going to be using those. But I need extra oak logs so that we can replace all the walls with them. Where is chisel? There it is. And this is this log, I believe. One of the few with an actual connected texture from the looks of it. So like that, and we're just going to continue on doing this. And as typical, I like these really big 2-block windows on a lot of the walls. I'll decide if it's going to be on all walls or just some of them. Definitely the front. In fact, it's probably just going to be the big windows on the front. Maybe having the rest of these sides. But like paintings and whatnot on the walls, that would be cool. So I think this is what we're going with. Oh, that did it automatically. Cool. And that might technically already be enough to classify it as a tavern for the purposes of this. Like, if I were to break one of the walls on these houses, just doing like that does not stop it from being a house. It is still a house. So I think it might not be as stringent as I thought it was on what constitutes a building in some cases. So just getting what we need in order to turn this into in order to do a tavern might already be enough. So item frame. Oh yes, I had taken that off so I could mess with the panels. There's that. And the thing, is this now technically a tavern? No. Okay, and we either don't have enough minimum chairs, or it needs a roof. Like, if it needs a roof but not walls, that's a little strange to me, but maybe that's the case here. So, what was I coming over here for? I don't know. Why did I run over here? I'm completely blanking on my reason for coming over here. There was probably something I needed to grab or something I needed to dump. I don't know what. Like, no idea. Wow. Way to go, me. Let's grab cobble so we can at least make cobble stairs for now. These are probably going to get changed out as well. And oh yes, the glass. That's why I was coming over here. The glass panes. That took way too long to figure out. But I have plenty of these from breaking the houses that were already here. I should probably grab the extra glass because I think that might be just short or just enough. It's very close either way. So these can also be chiseled, of course. Although I'm probably only going to finish half the thing. I do like some of these. I don't know. Could go for Japanese style windows. That would fit. Asymmetrical? No, thank you. Let's just go with basic glass panes for now. We'll decide on anything super fancy later on. Grab Silk Touch. You do not have Silk Touch. The shovel does, though. So there's that. And just so I don't have to worry about actually lining stuff up, that. Is that enough? Or do we specifically need a... do that, I guess. Yeah, it must be the roof, or there's just not enough chairs yet. It could be either or. Either that, or since we don't have a bard, it could not be counted yet. So let's grab the emeralds we need, and let's hire a bard real quick. What is the bard symbol again? It's like a lute or something, right? Oh, it's the musician symbol. Cool. So we now have a bard, or we will as soon as I hire someone to do it. Which is pretty simple. We have so many extra farmers. Sure. Clotilda Umbermore is now our bard. That was a lumberjack, not a builder, not a farmer. You know what? That's probably still fine. We have a lot of those too. So this place is not a tavern yet. It must be the roof thing. What if just temporarily I put some sort of cover on this thing? Like, I'm just going to grab whatever blocks I can muster. I'll at least make it the same blocks. It's not completely atrocious. And just put some sort of roofing over it, I guess. And we'll see what happens there. Why does it have to be sandstone? The only thing I really have enough items for. Oh, wait, no. Just great logs. Yeah, that's probably going to be the best thing to do here. To use great logs, I have several stacks of the logs, more than I'll ever going to need. So just do this for now. And I'll see you when it's covered. Hopefully that will be enough to constitute this as a full building. Okay, so just putting a cover on it was in fact enough to officially make it a tavern. So now when nighttime starts rolling around, villagers should start making their way over here. We'll get to hear the bard play some music. It'll be all good fun. Do I actually have to make a lute for the person, for the bard, or do they just automatically have one? It looks like they automatically have one because there's nothing to build. But technically speaking, we now have created our thing. I just need to finish roofing it and put in the rest of the chairs. Which, speaking of, grab out our sticks and a few extra wood pieces. Also, I put some stuff into the floor, some glowstone, because otherwise this was gonna start growing some monsters. So, I don't remember if you can just use these. Okay, you can. I don't have to turn them back. Cool. So, like so, gets us 10 more. Except you cannot be used for the chairs, of course. Like, basically only logs available that can't, because of course. Does that mean you won't also be able to? I guess I am turning these back. Cool, good to know. So basic, and I guess I'll use these planks for sticks when I need more in a moment. So there's that. 6. How many more am I going to need? So there's 6 more. 12. 19 chairs. 19 more chairs, and this place is officially up for business. 19. That means I have to go like that, so that I can just go like so. And I'm gonna need a few more planks, but just about close enough. Rude. There's that. And that. I think that's enough. I saw a picture of them walk into a chair that was right in front of a table, so they should be able to access all of these. Where's the rest of my oak logs? There it is. I just turned it all into this. Probably more than what we need, but it's good enough. 9. I believe I need to do like that. I believe we were only missing 8, unless I miscounted there for a moment. But that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. There we go. I just need to put in the tables and finish up on the roof, and we now have a tavern. Yay! How do I want to do these? I mean, carpet? Do, like, one oak fence in each of these places and have carpet going across, but you can't put carpet next to carpet just hovering mid-air, can you? Do panels work? Do panels work like this? No, they do not. Good to know. That was an interesting laugh from our villager friend. Aha, it's 10 o'clock, so they're all starting to gather. I'm just gonna let them get moving while... I was about to go grab carpets. I don't think I have any, but I do have plenty of wool always on me, so... Grab out you. Oh, I could use spell cloths, couldn't I? Yes, I can. Actually, that looks pretty decent. And I know for a fact that works, and I'm not sure about... yeah. I don't know if, carpets are going to work like that, so spellcloths it is. And technically speaking, I could even put, like, these on them just to make them glow. I needed my ritual dagger to turn more of my more of this into spellcloths. Like so and so. 44 isn't more than enough for the tables, and then extra for what we're gonna need them for from Mahu. How are you stuck? Oh, I see how you're stuck. These things can spawn on torches, which is just extra silly. Like, these things can spawn wherever they want, and I can do nothing about it. Shielding. Come on. Come on. Can we stop? Can we please stop? Ah, it's so stupid. I hate those things. Anyways. And you're just not going to stop. You're just going to kill all my villagers now, because you feel like it. Sleep through the night. Sleep through the night. Whatever. I cannot stand the ants. Like, I cannot stop their spawning. It's for basically zero reason why I cannot stop them from spawning. Die. How many villagers just died there? Was it just the one? Hopefully it was just the one. You toss everything I can away. Where did they get beetroot seeds? Like, I haven't been growing any of those. Anyways, everything gets tossed away. Let's finish up with it. But we actually got to see it in action for a moment before everything went to the dogs or whatever. Bum bum ba da da dun. And I need one more fence, which is just not anywhere in... Oh wait, no, I know where there's a lamppost I can just start tearing up. And it's daytime and ants still spawn because they just play by their own rules. Give me you, thank you. And let's go finish off the thing, shall we? Because, yeah, we're at time and these ants are getting on me nerves. So, a thump and a bump. Are you kidding? You're actually kidding me. Dad. Don't walk into the fire. Ah. What else is on fire? What else is on fire? Did I put it all out? No. Get away. Ah. It's, of course. Thanks for the Haruko puppet scroll, I guess. But, of course. The first mob it spawns from Naruto is the Iwo Rogue, with its constant explosions, its particles that kind of suck if you're not prepared for them, and just deciding to blow everything up and not caring about the wall because it can just fly on over. At least it didn't spawn an Obito on top of me or something and have him instant aggro. That would have... This This game has a silly sense of humor. It just doesn't like me sometimes. Oh well, oh well. Anyways, not what I meant to do. Just go grab that last spell scroll real quick. I hate ants. And try to avoid killing any villagers myself. Oh, this place is no longer considered a house. And this place is no longer considered a tavern. And of course, of course, I hate this game sometimes. Fine, go waste so many more emeralds to rebuy the tavern. That's honestly, game, that's some sick poetry you're singing. Got our tavern back. Like, the fact that everything that got broken was replaceable, but the one thing that got perma-destroyed in all of that was the symbol for the tavern that we just finished creating after a full episode. This game's sick with its sense of humor, like actually just rude. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. Between episodes, I'll probably work on giving this thing a proper roof. Although, having the flat top's not too bad. That means I could just stand up here and do some running about. Or I could use the second floor for something else, because I'm fairly certain that if I were to put like a staircase up here and just divide this into a bunch of like those 2-spot houses, that they'd actually be usable, and the tavern would become part inn, which would be kind of cool. So you know what? I think that's what we're going to do. I'm just going to keep this a flat top roof. But anyways, I want to thank you very much for watching. I hope you've enjoyed as much as I have, and hope to see you next time. So without further ado, take care, everybody. I want to thank you all one more time for watching, and we need to make a special thank you to the channel members, Yamato Tanagura and Goddess of the Star-Filled Void. Thank you both so much for the extra support. I'm really grateful for it. But without further ado, for real now, take care, everybody.